Andrew Morley once lit up Australian screens starring in two of the country's most iconic long-running soaps. Fans couldn't get enough of his boy next door good looks and charm, first as Johnny Ruffo's brother Spencer on Home and Away, then as Neighbours' Jack Callahan, Olympia Valence's dashing on-screen Catholic priest boyfriend. But in late 2020, Morley made a decision that shocked his fans. He turned his back on fame. He walked away from acting to pursue a completely different calling as a Melbourne-based firefighter for Fire Rescue Victoria. In an exclusive interview with Daily Mail, Morley, 35, reveals why he's never been happier leaving the cutthroat world of showbiz behind and what he absolutely does not miss about fame. Morley's turning point came when he welcomed his daughter Skylar Rose with partner Jay Hager in 2017. The pair went on the marry a year later. He says the instability of chasing TV roles with no regular income no longer appealed to him. TV shows come with a contract and a career path that is good for the time you are on the show, but at the end of it you need to make a choice, stay in the industry and hunt for more work, or return to what you were doing, he explains. When my contract came up on Neighbours, in 2020, it was like, I've got kids now, the dynamic has changed, and I've got a responsibility to provide. The industry is unpredictable. Having already worked as a volunteer firefighter for several years while appearing on TV, the switch to full-time life on the front line was a no-brainer. Morley says the adrenaline and unpredictability felt more rewarding than endless auditions. It's completely unscripted, compared to my life on TV. I would often get in trouble on set for ad-libbing or not being as scripted as I could be. Acting wasn't natural to me, he explains. The pressure in the acting industry is insane. When you have cameras on you and you know this is what people are going to see worldwide, you need to just be real. And that is what you need to do in this job too, be real and commit. The cutthroat nature of show business also got to Morley and he's glad he no longer has to deal with it. As an actor you are in the limelight, there is more pressure on you. You may not get along with every person on set because everyone is fighting for their own career status, he explains. But here, everyone is together. There is no hierarchy of people trying to climb on top of each other, whereas some actors might do that. I've got some close mates who are actors, and they are struggling just enough to get by. Morley does, however, have some fond memories of his acting career. He says he will never forget the advice Home and Away veteran Raymar, 81, gave him when he appeared on the show. He was honest with me and said to treat it as if it is your last week or month because you will never know when this ends. That kind of stood with me, that I'm going to take the opportunity and when it ends, cool, next thing. He recalls. That advice certainly rang true, with Morley admitting he wasn't surprised about the shock cancellation of Neighbours earlier this year. It was always a bit dense, even when I was finishing up in Neighbours, in 2020. There were a lot of unknowns on there. I do feel for everyone on there, because it was everything for them, he says. The crew more so than the actors, because for actors it is a bit easier for them to find an opportunity. But crew are limited to where they are in Melbourne and it was one of the biggest employers in the industry. It is definitely sad. I am glad I had the opportunity and took it when I could. While a fire station may not be as glamorous as his previous workplace, Morley couldn't be happier in his new role. This job is perfect because I can be there for dropping off the kids and picking them up, taking them to sport, he says. I'm there so much more than I was as an actor. There is so much more predictability. He also loves the support that FRV offers its staff, something he never received on set. On set, there was never any mention of "do you want some counseling, do you want to talk to someone?" But here, we're exposed to so much more, and supported so much more, he explains. While he still looks back fondly on his soap days, Morley admits he has no desire to return to the grind of auditions and fleeting contracts. I can see myself doing this in 20 years' time rather than acting. I always felt like a bit of a fish out of water in that industry, he says.